Hi and welcome. We're going to go over a problem today. So this is the repeated substring pattern problem. And the problem statement is given a string as check if it can be constructed by taking a substring of it and appending multiple copies of the substring together. So to get a first understanding of this problem, you have to understand what the input is. The input is a string. And the output is true if substring can be concatenated to make a string. All right, so if we, and then a false otherwise. So if we look at the examples here to make sure we understand this problem better, we see that if we have the string AB, then it is a substring of AB twice. So the output is going to be true. And if we have the string ABA, we can't extract a substring out of this string to get the substring back by concatenating it. So the output is false. And then in the third example, if we have ABC, 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 we see that the substring ABC is concatenated 4 times to get this larger string. And also the substring ABC, ABC is concatenated twice to get this larger string. So the output is true. So now that we have an understanding of this problem, we can go about matching this problem to similar problems. So this problem is similar to several substring or string manipulation problems. So now that we have a match for this problem, we can ask what kinds of things that we will be using here. We'll be using loop and selection statements, and I think we need a nested loop as well. So for the plan, we want to go about first so take substrings of the string and check to see if cancellation. Okay, so the first part is, let's just delete the check part. So take substring of the string, and then the second part is, so take one, and then the second thing, so second part is to check to see if the length of the string mod the length of the substring is equal to 0. And then we set n equals length of substring divided by length, or length of string divided by length of substring. And then we build a concatenation. of the substring. Bulbs, let's just call it full string. And we could set full string equal to a list and append n times substring. And then we check, then we join a full string to a string, and then we check to see if full string equals string, and then return true if it holds, and then return false if exits. Okay, so we can implement this plan. So we want to go about taking a substring, one substring. So we're going to for loop first. So for I in range length s divided by 2 plus 1. So the reason why we're only looking at substrings that are of length half, at least half the length. We don't need to look further because if we take, for example, the string A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. So we take half this string, or A, B, A, B. So if we take half this string, let's see, let me shorten the string. Let's just take A, B, A, B. So we take half the string, we see that we can still check out to see if the string is completing if the substring is completing the string. But if we take more than half, we'll see that if we iterate or ABA twice, it's going to be greater than the length of the string. So we don't need to go further than half the string to check to see if the substring is an iteration of the string. Okay, so for I in range 1 to length s divided by 2 plus 1, we want the substring. So the substring is equal to s from the beginning of the string to I. And then if the length of s mod the length of the substring is equal to 0, then we want to take n, which is the length of s divided by the length of substring, and then if then we want the whole string. We set that equal to the list and then the whole string for j in range n whole string dot append. Okay, actually we don't need, we can make this simpler, so we can say it's just a string and add the substring to it. So that checks out, and then if full string equals to s, then return true, and then return false otherwise. Okay, so our solution checks out. Okay, so our solution checks out. So let's review it now. So we have the solution here in Python tutor. We can just iterate through this repeated substring pattern. And so we enter the loop and set this first substring equal to uh, A, and then it checks to see if the length of S is divides, or the length of substring divides the length of S, and it does. And so it sets the length of, it sets the length, or it sets n to be the length of S divided by the length of substring, and then we go into or we set a list hole up, and we enter the loop that appends the substring to whole. And so we append A and then A and A and A again 10 times. And then it exits loop and says, and then asks if, or then sets a whole into a string, and then whole is tested to see if it equals S, and it doesn't, so it just goes back to the beginning of the for loop and checks out the substring for I equals 2, and that's AB. So we're going to check now to see if the length of the substring divides the length of the string, and it does. And so now we want to construct whole again, which is appending AB 5 times. And then we have AB 5 times, then we jump out and of the loop, and we set whole to the string to join the string, and then we check to see if whole equals S, and that's true. And so we exit with the fact that it's true. And so we can also go about evaluating this function and to see exactly what time complexity is, and space complexity. So the time complexity is going to be O(n) squared, because we have we iterated through once the half the length, and then we go about checking this divides by part, and then we have this for loop inside of this if statement, which checks for a range length. I think the topmost is that it ranges through the entire string, a substring. I think it might be a little faster than expected, primarily because we're not going to loop through every single substring. So, and yeah, but just the worst case scenario, it's n squared. So we'll just check for that. And then the space complexity is O(n) because we use this array here, or this whole string, and we add to substring. So we use another substring here, or another string or we construct another string. So that's going to be using up some space, or extra space. So that completes this analysis of this problem, repeated substring pattern. Thanks for watching.